Good morning, lovelies. Welcome back to another vlog. We are just gonna probably be reading. Game plan for today. Today's a Wednesday. We're gonna go pick up groceries, take Eddie to the dog park, read while we're at the dog park, listen to my audiobook while we walk. Got church later tonight, so that's really it for today. I will go over what books I read in between last vlog, well, what book I read between last vlog and this vlog, and then talk about the book that I'm reading right now in another clip. Okay, goodbye. This definitely is not going to stay up whenever I'm driving. I was just looking at the front of my house, and the shrubs out front really need trimmed, and all of my planter pots need emptied and stored in the garage because I'm not going to plant anything because we're leaving in April. So I'd really only enjoy it from now until April, which is like 2 months. So early April. We're leaving early April. That might be something we do this week. It is a really nice day, but I want to go take Eddie on a walk. I want to go, there's these dog parks around here that are completely enclosed. Oh no. Oh, never mind. I think it's just a speck of dirt. I thought my windshield was broken. Anyways, wear your seatbelt always. My car glasses, because your girl cannot see. The hardest part about wearing glasses is remembering to wear them. I got these glasses, so I went to Specsavers because they have an eye exam for like 25 pounds, which is, I think, really good in my opinion. And then the glasses were buy one, get one. Well, oh, I love them. But in between getting my glasses and now I've only had one because these ones were like chipped on the side or something, and the lady was like, oh, let me send them back and I'll get you a new pair. And in between that and the time that it was ready, I had gone all the way to the US to be with my grandmother, and I completely missed the pickup. And then I was like, and I had all this anxiety about going and actually getting them because I thought that this is such a stupid thought, but that they would be mad at me for not picking them up. But it's fine. I called them finally. This was back in September that these were ready. It is now January. And I called and I was like, I'm so sorry, but do you still have my glasses? And the lady's like, yeah, they've been here a while. Like, you can come pick them up. It's like, okay, I'll be there tomorrow. And yeah, I got them and I like them. And I think they're pretty cute. Okay, let's go get groceries. Enough chit-chatting. Okay, groceries are picked up. The Ed man is picked up. He's very excited, so let's get going so we can be back by time it's time for Colvin to go to work. I forgot to film myself at all or Eddie at all. Hey. Everything is good. He had a good time. We walked almost a mile, and then I gave him some off-leash time, and he ran, and I was trying to play fetch with him, but he did not want to play fetch today. So, okay, I think I'm gonna talk. I have a few minutes before I need to leave, so I think I'll talk about the books that I finished, or the book that I finished. So in between last vlog and this vlog, I finished Crescent City. I gave it a 4-star. I liked the characters. I liked Bryce. I really liked Bryce and Danica's relationship. It reminded me a lot of me and my best friend's relationship and just how close they were. I really, really enjoyed that part. The ending I thought was really good. I really liked how she concluded the story. Though I do feel like there was a pretty major plot hole, but I guess it doesn't really matter. If you're just reading for the vibes, it doesn't really matter. So I enjoyed it, and by the end, I was really liking it. In the beginning, I was like, oh man, this is gonna take forever to get through. But towards the end, I was actually like, oh, I want to read. So that book is done. It's over with. It's our, the book club that I go to. It's our book of the month. We have our meeting this Saturday. Today is Wednesday. So I'm really excited about that, to go and talk about it. And yeah, I'm really excited to read the second book and the third book, because the third book comes out, I'm not sure when it comes out, but I know it comes out soon. So, or last night when I finished Crescent City, I immediately started Gathering of Shadows. Eddie, hi, he's such a good boy. Which is the second in a Darker Shade of Magic series trilogy. I don't know. I don't know how far I'm in, maybe like 20%. And I'm just kind of vibing, just listening. I feel like for every second book of a series, you just have to sit, unless it ends on like a cliffhanger and like right in the middle of the action, you just kind of have to sit and wait for the story to develop again, especially if it pretty much concluded the plot in the first book and they're just adding to it. I feel like that's definitely what this trilogy is doing. It had a resolution in the first book, and now the second book is like building up again. I feel like you could just read A Darker Shade of Magic on its own, but I'm listening to that and I'm reading it. That's what I listen to while we walk. Yeah, so I really want to finish this because I am 2 books behind on my reading schedule for Goodreads, because Crescent City took me so long because it was 800 freaking pages. But this is 500 pages, and I'm like, man, I'm just going back to back with 500-page books. I like a good 300-400, you know, I can read those pretty quickly. But these 500s kick my butt, because I'm like, 500 and up kicks my butt, because it's like, I get towards the end of I get towards that 300, 400 mark, and I'm like, I just want this to be over already. But, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go. All right, I'll see you when I'm reading. Hello, dears. Wow, so much has happened today and yesterday that I didn't film and I haven't talked about, and it's just in my brain, just rolling around. So yeah, we had a little bit. Oh, I figured that I figured I would film, give a little update while I'm putting clothes into my washer. So, I mean, come along for the ride. Don't mind my horrible lighting. This is utility room lighting. So yeah, so we had a little bit of a scare with our house. We ran into some road stops because we are overseas. Our licenses are expired, and there's a lot of stuff that you can't do whenever you're living overseas. And you would think it would be simple, like you could do it over the phone, but regional things block you, obviously, from phone calls and emails and even accessing websites, even with a VPN. So a few things that we need to do for the loan we cannot do because we are overseas. So it's looking like that might have to wait until we get there. But I think it's still going to all work out. Me and my husband talked today, and we seemed very hopeful. But yeah, house update out of the way. I guess I'll just tell you about my morning. Yeah, this morning has been really good. I didn't film any because I was just wanting to get my errands done. I had a lot of errands. I went to the grocery store, went to the post office. But this morning, I woke up at 7 in the morning because the trash people were here, and I don't know why, but they always wake me up. It's just so loud. But yeah, I woke up and I started reading, and I think I read for 40-50 minutes before I even got out of bed. So it got a good chunk of my book. My only complaint so far is that it took 28% of the book to get into a little bit of a plot. It was legitimately like, I thought I was reading a slice of life because it was just what they were doing day to day. There wasn't really any foreshadowing that I was seeing, any stakes at all. It was just, oh, this is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing now. So, which is fine. I mean, it just took me a little bit to kind of get into it, and now that the plot's actually starting to thicken up, I'm more into it. Let me go get my doggies. Yeah, so it's been a pretty good day so far. Getting that reading in, getting some better news, booked a dinner for Valentine's Day, which I'm so excited about. At a restaurant that I've actually never heard of here, but maybe I just wasn't looking for it, and that's why I didn't hear of it. I don't really have a lot of plans for today, other than reading for a little bit and chores. I guess I'll update you whenever I'm reading, but so far that's just been in the morning. I have been editing though, the video before this, and it's okay. I'm liking it. I still feel like I'm learning how my editing style is, but I'm thinking I'm getting better at it. I will update you whenever I am reading or doing something of interest or have an update. Okay. I just woke up and I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read a little bit of Joyce Meyer's Battlefield of the Mind. So I think I'm gonna do a few pages in this, then I'll switch over to that, and then I'll just read this morning. The past couple days I've been reading in the morning and I really like it, so I thought it was kind of odd to just wake up and immediately go into a fantasy world, but I kind of like it. But getting through some of your book right before you even get out of bed, and it's enjoyable. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this, and then I'll read a little bit of this. I'll update you whenever I've read a little bit. It's been a couple days since I filmed anything because I had my book club on Saturday, which I forgot to film any of that, but you know, there were other people around. I didn't really like, wanted to do that, but and we had church on Sunday, which was great. Oh, I guess don't mind my laundry drying. First off, I finished A Gathering of Shadows. I gave it a 3-star. Wasn't anything crazy, wasn't anything fabulous. I wasn't really into it. I wasn't really connecting with it as much as I do other books. So it was kind of hard to get through. I had to really force myself to read it. And a lot of times when I was reading, my brain just kind of was thinking about other things. So that's how, I feel like that's how I can tell that I'm not really into a book. It's like I'm thinking about other things while I'm reading. I'm not really reading the book. A 3-star is good. I enjoy the storyline. I just didn't really have fun reading it. But I started Tress of the Emerald Sea, and this book is actually my neighbor's. She got this special one, and it is beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I can't. It's got art on the inside. Everything's got that kind of green tinge to it. But this book is so good. Going from A Gathering of Shadows to this book is like, I really did not like that book, I guess. But yesterday I read 120 pages in one sitting, so I'd say I like this book.
I'm very excited to continue reading it today. I'm debating on what I want to do. I need to go and send out some mail to my nephews for their birthdays. I was thinking about going to maybe Starbucks and maybe doing a little sketching, doing a little reading, but I can't decide. And then I will read this today. And I think it's 400 something pages. Yeah, a little over, good deal over. 475 pages. So, yeah, I've got over 300 pages to read. Which, if I spent the whole day reading this, maybe I could just binge it. But we'll see. I'll update you when I go to my little artist date if I do decide to do that. I think it would be fun. So, all right. See you later. So I did. My hair's crazy. I ended up staying home. I don't know why. I was just like not wanting to go out. I wanted to come home and read and just be in the comfort of my own home. So there's something so cute to show you. This cup. It's a little glass cup. It's so cute. I got my Matron of Honor box from Alexis. It was in there and I love it so much. I'm so excited for her wedding. So I've been in my studio painting and I'll show you what I did today. So here, if you can see, I practiced just making different shadings and then some gradient, and these are just like warm-up sketches. And then I made this little guy, Millie. Made this cat sleeping in a little basket. It's based off of this Pinterest photo. I'll show you right here. For that little guy. So, yeah, that's what I did today. And here's my studio space. Yeah. All right, peace. I'm so close to finishing Tress, but I'm so tired. I can feel my eyes just like, go to sleep. I only have like 40 pages left though. I have to push through. I can do it. Okay, we're finishing out this vlog with a few things. One, I finished Tress. I definitely think this is a 5-star read. I loved every second of it. It was so good. I'm gonna do a reading wrap up for the month. Don't mind this is my paint water. I'm going to film a reading wrap up for January and then a TBR list for February. But I don't know if I have enough time today because the sun is like going down. So I might just take today to edit this video. Then I'm going to start a new book tonight. I have 9 books on my February TBR as of right now, and today is the last day of January, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start. I will show you what I'm reading in the next, I almost just said studio vlog, in the next vlog. I do have some books to show you before I go. So first off, the ones that I thrifted, these are £1 each. That's it. They're so cheap. So I got the first book in the Shadow Hunter series by Cassandra Clare, City of Bones, which I think is, yeah, Shadow Hunter series. Yeah, so I've been seeing a lot of people read this whenever they were younger, and I've never even heard about it. So I found this at the bookstore, like literally, spine is barely even tampered with. £1, a single pound, a measly pound. So yeah, got that. The Push. So this was also £1. I don't know exactly what it's about, but will spark conversation and divide people. I can't stop talking about it. So yeah, psychological thriller. Does look like it was read, but I'm excited to read this. And then I got The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, Part 1. And listen, I'm gonna go down and get the other books. I'll show you 1 second. Waterstones haul, yes? Okay. So, little backstory for this book. This weekend, my book club is doing a Valentine's Day date with a book. And the lady that I got, she had The Way of Kings on there. She had Holly by Stephen King, and then she had Neon Gods, which I've not heard of. And the premise of the book club was to, or the Valentine's Day date, is to buy them something that you've read, with the exception of what's on their list. Well, I haven't read any of them, but I did want to read this. So this is the Part 1 book. So this one is almost 600 pages. You can see that. So I bought her Way of Kings. And this is the full thing with the extra 400 pages. Now I will say, one, I think they're beautiful. They're 2 different covers because this is the full book and this is Part 1. But look, this is, or actually 500 pages because this is like 101. Yeah, 120 something. But look how floppy it is. I mean, I guess with that much weight, you would expect it to be floppy. But look at that. I love floppy books. So yeah, I got her this. Her name starts with an R, so I got her this R bookmark. So this is part of her gift, and I'm going to put it in a little basket. And I'm going to put just some Valentine's Day candy in there. And maybe a Valentine's Day card. I think that would tie it all together. So yeah, I'm very excited to gift for this. And then, the whole reason we went to Waterstones is because Ruthless Vows came out in the UK. So, we got that. But I finished this at the very end of the year. And I tell you what, this was the best duology I've ever read in my life. And I don't know, I think it's definitely subjective because it's not like crazy cool or anything. It's just, I love their stories, and I loved the author and how she wrote. Like, look how cute these covers are. So what happened was, I read Divine Rivals right before Ruthless Vows came out. I read it on Kindle Unlimited, and then I woke up so early the next morning. I immediately left my house to go and buy the hardcover, and it was the same day that Ruthless Vows was coming out. So I thought, oh, maybe they'd already have it on the shelf. I get there, like, as soon as they open. Can't even figure out how to open up the door. Thought they were closed. Then I looked like a silly Billy. Then I get in, and they don't have it. And the lady told me that they wouldn't have the actual book till the end of the month. So I was like, oh man, I can't read this for another month because I couldn't find it on Kindle. And so she was like, no, you should be able to find it on Kindle. Like, buy it off Amazon and send it to your Kindle. I was like, okay. Looking on UK Amazon, couldn't find it. Looked on US Amazon, couldn't find it through the app. So then I went on an actual web browser, US Amazon, looked it up, found it on Kindle, bought it immediately, and then sent it over to my Kindle, and I read it that morning. I think I might have read it over a course of a couple days, but yeah. So now I have the books and I love them so much. They're perfect. So figured I would show you those before I ended off today's vlog. I had a lot of fun reading this week. It was a very good read week, and I'm excited to start my next book. And you'll see that in the next vlog, what book I pick up first. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in another vlog. Bye.